Hello, I'm Adam Sparks, Vanderbilt beat reporter for the Tennessean here at Notre Dame Stadium, the site of Vanderbilt's 22-17 loss, near upset, but a loss here in South Bend. We finished up the post-game presser just a few minutes ago. Just want to give you a few quick reactions I had from that. First off, Derek Mason came in with his opening remarks and mentioned no moral victories. He kind of hammered that home. Most of the questions that were asked about silver linings in this type of loss, he countered that each time with no moral victories. This is about winning. This isn't about just playing or gaining respect or anything like that. You know, it's a good message, I think, for Vandy moving forward, because there are opportunities moving ahead for big wins for Vandy. Certainly an SEC play starting off next week at home against South Carolina, but this one slipped away. Number 8 Notre Dame. This is a chance for Derek Mason's latest win, best win over a ranked team. Beat Kansas State, number 18, I believe, last year. Beat number 24 Tennessee 2 years ago. But this would have been the best, and this would have been the first top 10 non-conference win for Vanderbilt in program history, but it got away. Most of the loss came from some errors early in the game. Donovan Tennyson had 2 really big miscues around the goal line. The fumble he had at about the 1-foot line. Out of effort, he was trying to get in the end zone, but fumbled. That was a missed opportunity, and then the ensuing drive after that to finish the first half had a touchdown pass that he dropped. Looked like he had picked up the ball a little late. Kyle Shermer in the post-game press conference kind of shook that off a little bit. I asked him, what did you say to Donovan Tennyson after those 2 big plays? And he said, I just told him it's the second quarter. Let's move on. Tennyson wasn't really a factor the rest of the game, but the passing game was. Kyle Shermer ended up with 326 passing yards, one of the better days that he's had against a pretty good defense. 26 of 43. Probably should have had about 3 touchdowns. He only had 1, again, because some of those miscues. I asked him and Jared Pinkney, the tight end, who had 111 yards today, if maybe this offense should just open it up from the get-go. They tried to run in this one. Once the passing game opened up, especially in the second half, the offense really got churning. And so I asked those 2 guys, why not just come out and just throw it 50 times and just say you're a passing offense? Both of those guys kind of countered in the same way. Jared Pinkney, I think, was especially emphatic. He said, we are a run-to-win offense. We have to have balance, or we're not going to win games, and we're not going to fall in to the temptation just to go out and throw the ball, because that's not going to work long-term. Thought that said something that a tight end would say that, when he would be the one benefiting probably with catches if they were to go to a really pass-heavy offense. Kyle Shermer said also they want some balance, and he'll run the offense however Andy Ludwig, the offensive coordinator, lays it out. Defensively, there's a lot of poor tackling early on. I thought there were 2 narratives in this game defensively. The first half narrative, which was, oh no, this looks like the defense that fell apart last year against Alabama, Florida, Georgia, that murderous row we've talked about before in the middle of the schedule last year, where they gave up 400-plus rushing yards to both Georgia and Alabama. This looked like maybe a game like that early on, with a lot of poor tackling, getting beat up front, the physicality beat up Vandy in the first half, but that changed. They won the line of scrimmage, I would say, in the second half, probably on both sides of the ball. As a resilient defense, played far better in the second half, just better fundamentals overall. Notre Dame ended up with 245 rushing yards, but again, most of those came in the first half. It's really disappointing for Vandy to lose a game like this, but you saw some things in this game that said they can win some SEC games this year, maybe still challenge for a bowl game. It seems like there's a lot ahead. Ladarius Wiley, the safety who led Vandy today with 10 tackles, said no moral victories, but this tells us how high our ceiling is. Their ceiling today was just a half a notch below a top 10 team. We'll see if that's the highest that they go this year, and this is just kind of the peak of their season, or if they take this kind of momentum, this type of play that they showed in the second half, and turn that into some conference wins. Next week, that'll be South Carolina. That'll be at home Vanderbilt Stadium. From here, I'm Adam Sparks. Check out our coverage, Tennessean.com, and print the Tennessean. I'm also on Twitter, @Adam Sparks. We'll see you from South Bend.